Hi, my name is Pippa Fitz Amobi, and this is the video interview of my capstone project for 2019. The title of my senior capstone project is Research into the 2014 Missing Persons Investigation of Andy Bell in Fairview, Connecticut. Andy Bell was last seen alive by her sister Becca Bell at around 10:30 p.m. on April 18, 2014, before mysteriously disappearing after leaving her house. There was security footage from a bank on Fairview's Main Street that confirms Andy's car was seen driving away from her home at about 10:40 p.m. and that is the last ever footage of her or her car, and Becca is obviously the last person to have seen her alive. Andy's parents, Jason and Dawn Bell, were supposed to be picked up by Andy at about 12:45 a.m. and after she did not come to pick them up and she no longer answered her cell phone, her parents started reaching out to other people to see if she was with them and her phone had died or something around that area. But after nobody had seen her or heard from her, Jason Bell ended up reporting his daughter missing at 3 a.m. Saturday morning, the 19th. Andy Bell's case was made a high-risk case because of the fact that she was a minor, but nobody ended up finding her. Andy's friends, Chloe and Emma, actually helped a lot the first 2 days of the investigation, starting a Twitter campaign, #FindAndy. Law enforcement was looking into her friends and her family to find out more so what happened, and they also contacted Andy's boyfriend, Sal Singh. Sal Singh was in his senior year along with Andy in Fairview High. Sal actually had an alibi for that night. He was hanging out with 4 of his friends: Max Hastings, Naomi Ward, Jake Lawrence, and Millie Simpson at Max Hastings' house. And Sal was said to have left Max's house at 12:15 a.m. and his father actually confirmed this by saying that Sal arrived home at around 12:50 a.m. and the approximate distance between Max and Sal's home is about a 30-minute walk, which was Sal's method of transportation at the time. That was on Saturday. On Tuesday mid-morning, Naomi, Max, Millie, and Jake contacted police from their school and said that Sal's alibi was false. Sal had asked them to lie to the police and had actually left Max's house at 10:30 p.m. the night that Andy had disappeared and not 12:15 a.m. as originally stated. Sal immediately became the police's #1 suspect in the Andy Bell murder. Sal was not at school, neither at home, and was no longer answering his phone. Later it comes out that Sal had texted his father on Tuesday morning, even though he was ignoring all other calls. The press would later refer to this text as the confession text. As police were searching for Andy Bell's body through the woods, they found Sal dead. He ended up killing himself. And Sal took a huge dose of sleeping pills and placed a plastic bag over his head, securing it with an elastic band around his neck. He suffocated while he was unconscious. On Wednesday, Andy's car was found on Residential Road, Monroe. The press continuously said that Sal Singh was prime suspect and would have most likely been arrested for Andy Bell's murder had he not killed himself. They had sufficient evidence to charge him. Andy's phone was actually found on Sal's body. Forensics found traces of Andy's blood underneath Sal's right middle and index fingernails. Andy's blood was discovered in the trunk of her abandoned car, and Sal's fingerprints were found around the dashboard and steering wheel alongside prints from Andy and the rest of the Bell family. The problem with the Sal Singh and Andy Bell case is that a lot of the evidence was circumstantial and forensic, and since it was like Sal's fingerprints on Andy's car, it's a little complicated to say that it was him, only because they were dating at the time, and any couple will let the other person drive their car. People in Fairview will always say that Sal Singh killed Andy Bell. No allegedly, no maybes, no nothing that could mean that there's no chance that he didn't do it. It's just he did it. End of story. But I'm here to prove that's wrong.